show is called BS Stand Up, Bull Street or Bullshit, depending where you come from, and hosted by Bill Davis. So please put your hands together for Bill Davis!
Oh, I feel huge and I feel sick. God, yeah, oops. This work? You blew it! That's it, I broke the show. Yeah, so. Yeah, oh, there it is. I'm 51, so I died a little bit when my favorite song from Mudhoney became the TV commercial theme song for a video game. All right, hey, good to see you again, Savannah. No, I say Savannah because I haven't learned your name yet. So that's the whole thing. It's now at the top. I want to apologize for being weird, and if I'm weird and rude, because that's all I've got. Nice, good, cool. Always got to know where my drinkers are. Where my drinkers at? Where y'all at? Got to corral y'all. All right, where's my pot smokers? Where y'all at? All right, where's my crackheads at? Where are my crackheads? Where are my Trump voters? You see, right now, Trump voters, the crackheads are looking down on you. That's what's happening in America. Well, I just drove 2 hours from Charleston because the traffic's so bad because of Florence. Oh, this Hurricane Florence, it was tremendous. It misted the whole goddamn way here. When I first saw that thing was coming right at us, like, oh, what is God angry about us now? You know? Is it the gays? Is it the guns? And then it slammed into Wilmington, so he's just disappointed in Charleston. So. All right, Southern Charm. Whoa. Y'all have an embarrassing TV show like that?
We can have Southern Charm.
Oh, Southern Charm's relocated there? Oh, man. Put the pistol in your mouth now. It's not gonna end. I was in line this week behind a guy, and he bought two 15 packs. I didn't know there was such a thing. 2 15 packs of Bush Light and a box of condoms. And I was like, what is this guy? He's preparing to rape. That's what he is. He's gonna go rape somebody. I'm looking at like where Florence is going, and it's like Wilmington, Columbia, Raleigh. What a shitty itinerary. He needs like a travel agent. It's like, Florence, that fucking sucks. It's not gonna hit Florence. That's all right. So I'm a comedian. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. I became a comedian because being a writer in a state where no one can read turned out to be a terrible business model. And my only other, sellable skill is I always say the exact wrong thing at the exact wrong time. Anyone else suffer from that? Am I the only one? Last week I told my wife I didn't think Brad Pitt was all that handsome anymore, and you know what she said? She said, leave the mask on, I'm almost finished. Best thing about making love to your wife while wearing a Brad Pitt mask, she can't tell that you're crying. Went for a job interview this last week, and the lady from HR said, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I was like, I got this. 2023. She didn't get the math check either. They gave me the job anyway. Give me a round of applause. And he said, we'd like to take you out to a congratulatory lunch. And so they took me to this place in West Ashley. I don't know if you have them here in Savannah. They're called O'Charlie's. You know what? Yeah, O'Charlie's. That was proof that I wasn't their first choice, right? So we went in there. You've had a bad run-in. So anyway, but I sat down, and she said, do you mind if I pray before we eat? And I said, not if you mind me making faces while your eyes are closed. I didn't say that. I didn't answer that. So I waited until she was done praying, and I leaned in and went, welcome back to reality. So now I got unemployment, so that's great. My 17-year-old daughter is always complaining and criticizing me, like 17-year-old daughters will want to do. And she was always pissed off at me because I'm a comedian. I have kind of a dark side. She's like, how come you can't make light, funny dad jokes like all the other dads? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she said, you know, like, hey dad, I'm hungry. And then you say, hey hungry, I'm dad. I'm like, oh, I hate it. But I love you, so I'm going to try. And I had this great opportunity this last week. Maggie came up to me and said, hey dad, I'm pregnant. And I was like, hey, pregnant, I'm dad. And she's like, no, dad. Apparently there's a timing thing involved in comedy. She said, seriously, can I have an abortion? I said, I don't know. Can you? You mean, may I? Yeah. That's a discussion you need to have at the Supreme Court. Move your ass, Kennedy, step down. I'm 51. This is the year that my belt size matched my pant size and my age. I was really happy about fucking that joke up. C cup size right here. Anyway, and best thing about diabetes, half off shoe sales. You with me? All right, so I came up with a list of 3 things that as a husband or as a partner you should never say to your wife. And that sentences begin with these 3 phrases. Actually, don't do that, guys. And another one is, as I've explained before. And finally, as Louis C.K. once said. Those are all bad. My wife and I, 17 years ago, had a gender reveal party where you get, do you know what I'm talking about? You get a cake, and like if you cut into it, it's pink, it's a girl. And if you cut into it and it's blue, it's a boy. And I got chocolate because when I go on the road, people are like, oh, you're from South Carolina, you must be a racist. I'm like, that's not why I'm a racist. Come on. That's ridiculous. That's so presumptuous. Here's something I got recently I was really excited about. No, it's not that. Here it is. Uh-oh. It's my AARP card. Huh? How about that? And I got really excited until it said it had an expiration date. Okay, I'm fat, I know I'm in the 95th percentile, I get that, but how do they know? And my wife was like, Bill, that's invalid. October. I said, yeah, what if they mean invalid? How do they know? I always say the whole thing. Friday last, my beautiful daughter Maggie turned 17 years old, and so I sat down and had the second talk with her. The first talk was handled when she was 9 and walked in on me and Kim having sex. So that handled that, right? And I'm glad Kim was on top. The visual's about to get worse, madam. I'm so glad that Maggie, when she walked in, Kim was on top, because now she thinks sex is a natural act, right? Because if I'm on top with my shirt off and I'm going to town, I look like a mama dog dodging traffic. Like somebody threw an accordion down a hill. It's a nightmare. It's a wall of voodoo. Anyway, so I told her, it's like, Maggie's never been on a date. And she's a very pretty girl, very personable. And I was like, so I don't know where she is with anything. I said, well, regardless, it's not my business. I love whoever ends up with her. But I said to Maggie, I said, look, if you're like anyone else, you're 17, in the next 5 to 8 years, you'll start dating, you'll meet someone special, you'll fall in love, you'll get married, you'll have sex. And my daughter was like, in that order? Right, so, and then Maggie came to me and said, Dad, I'm pregnant. And I was like, hello, pregnant, I'm Dad. Yeah, I was sitting there, I got my wife a full-length mirror for her door, which is weird because my wife is half Korean. Well, she's half Korean and she's half Czech, so she's like a Czech mix. Anyway, she says she's 5'1", but we all know she's 4'13". She's not a big person, so, but I still got this, and I was checking, I was in my underwear and my t-shirt, and I asked Maggie, the one who criticized me, was like, do I have a big ass? And she was like, not unless long is big. So y'all see it too. Like a waterfall. A butterfall? No, so I host trivia a lot in Charleston. And which is a good place for me, because I love going to college bars, because I love the smell of Axe body spray and sexual desperation. And so I'm always working out jokes. And one of the jokes that popped in my head there, and I'll just say I'm there used to it. I'm like, you know what I hate about the sexual position 69? It's the way the guy's balls flop in my face. I get one testicle in each eye socket, and I'm like, I can't see. I'm wearing goggles. Reminds me of going to the beach as a kid with my dad. I don't want to talk about that right now. She knows what I'm talking about. You Catholic from the Pittsburgh area? Anyway, his father can mean a lot of different things. This one kid in the back of the room goes, yeah, that's right, dude. That's why you got to remember to put the guy on the bottom. Thank you for your input. I don't think you got my joke. And his girlfriend whispered in his ear, and he was like, in my defense, I am very high right now. We believed him. So I used to drive a Honda Odyssey minivan, right? No? It's okay. It's okay to judge, because earlier that was improv. That's about building. This is stand-up. This is all about tearing down and ridiculing. There was this one guy that was here earlier. He's 70, and he kept like talking to the cast members from earlier. And they said, oh, you're a comedian. And I was like, nope, and walked across the room and just fucking ditched him. So I drove this Honda Odyssey. I was so proud of it. And then recently, I got science, which is like religion, but with literacy. And I went out and bought a Nissan Leaf. I bought a brand new, give that a round of applause.
Yeah.
I look like a Russian circus bear, just kind of So my wife says I'm so proud of all the oil I'm saving, like I'm gonna fry chicken with it later, you know? Because I'm fat, and anyway, but it's like, so I went from minivan to Nissan Leaf, and so I went from like soccer mom, child molester, and I'm not saying they're not the same thing, but I'm just saying I went from soccer mom to vegan lesbian in one stroke of the check. Nissan Leaf is the car that says to women, I've had enough attention, thank you. Guys in Priuses and Miatas are like, get a real car! Alcoholics on those little 49cc scooters are like, nope, I'm sticking with the DUI. Everyone have a good Labor Day? Was it a good time? Everyone have a good Labor Day? It was really... So remember the proletariat, too tired to clap more than once. Yeah, it was tough at the Davis house. We buried Mom, and she fought like hell. But we had shovels, and you know, you bury a live body in your front yard on Halloween, people think it's part of the show. You do it on Labor Day, and they're going to call the police. All right, that's my time. Look, give me a quick round of applause. I want you to welcome to the stage. Thank you so much for finding parking. That was brilliant of y'all. I would like to welcome to the stage now another fellow from Charleston. We're going to be coming down in a month. We'll be back on October 20th, I believe that's correct. And we'll be bringing 3 or 4 new comics each time, so it'll be fresh and new and different. Right now, speaking of new and different, ladies and gentlemen, Hagen Ragland.
All right! Keep it up for Bill Davis, everybody! What a real piece of shit that guy is. Bill is responsible. I did a headlining show recently. First headlining show I've done in a long time. And a girl poured a beer on my head in the middle of my set for a joke that Bill Davis told earlier. Because apparently drunk goggles work the opposite on this woman. Most women will get drunk, and the drunker they get, hypothetically, I would get more attractive in their eyes. Not this lady, I just turned into a fat old racist man, Bill Davis. He told a racist joke. I was like, that was Bill. I too am from Charleston. Has anyone been to Charleston before? Yeah, I'm from Charleston. Charleston's been voted the #1 city in America for like 6 years running now. And I think it's complete bullshit, to be honest. I don't think you deserve to be the #1 city in America when you have racist-ass street names like Successionville Road, Confederacy Lane, the South will rise again Boulevard. You're like, yo, you know you guys did lose the war, right? They're like, no, it's about heritage, not hate. And I'm like, is it, or is it just kind of really fucking racist? I think it's the latter. Also, I don't think you deserve to be #1 city in America when every time it rains, the entire city gets flooded with shit water everywhere. It just goes everywhere. People pay like $500 a night to stay downtown, and they get on those bullshit carriage rides, and they're like, this over here is the Battery, and that over there is the Red Butler House. And they're like, what's that smell? Is that shit? And it's like, yeah, it's historical shit water. Yeah. Historical shit water. Smells like racism, doesn't it? Yeah, and every time it floods, like people get out and they're like paddle boards and surfboards and they're just like playing in the water and they're like, look how cute we're being. Oh, look so I'm like, you're not being cute, you're just getting fucking worms right now. Just getting worms. You already have HPV. Why do you need worms? Let's see what dirtbag bars they hang out at. Because I sleep in the trash cans behind all of them. And Hurricane Florence came into town. It didn't come into town. They said it was coming into town, and we waited, and everyone freaked the fuck out. Like, Tuesday, it was bright and sunny outside, no wind, and I drove through a neighborhood, and it looked like the intro to that Dawn of the Dead remake. It was just like, there was just like a random baby crying in the middle of the street. I saw a woman like carrying like a pallet of Windex. I was like, what the fuck do you have all that Windex for? Are you gonna spray it against the hurricane? Is she gonna drink it? I saw a guy just like hammering plywood, like not even over a window, just the side of his house. Because of that, I evacuated myself into a blackout for 5 days. It was great. I don't remember the hurricane at all. You ever do that? I call it getting evacuated, where you just go drink, and then you wake up 2 days later in a parking lot that's being constructed like right then, on a pillow that's made out of dirt. And they're like, you gotta get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, where am I? Why does my butt hurt? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, you shouldn't know what I'm saying. I feel like I'm always like one blackout away from sucking my first dick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gay, but I feel like I'm one blackout away. I go to the bar, I black out, I'm at some party in the bathroom, and I'm just snorting coke off a dick, and I'm like, oh no, how am I gonna tell Daddy about this one? Not Daddy. You guys like the drink in here? Keep it going for drinking, everybody. Yeah, I like the drink. Obviously, too much sometimes. Has anybody ever gone to a party and smoked crack on accident? No, she raised her hand. Yes, she raised her hand. I got one. I've been telling that joke for 4 years. I got one. Yeah, I call that a crackcident, everybody. You know, I was at a party one time, I was a little tipsy. This guy was like, you wanna hit this bowl, man? And I was like, shit, I'm cool. I'll smoke a little weed every now and then. Then I said, and I went, oh no, that was crack! Oh, I've never even seen her smell crack before, but it was definitely that. You guys got any more of that? What's going on here? I have a friend that claims he's smoked crack on accident 7 times now. And I was like, I don't think that's an accident. I think you just fucking like smoking crack, dude. And he goes, it's not my fault. And I was like, what do you mean it's not your fault? And he goes, listen, man, I keep giving the guys money to get me crack or get me coke, but they come back with crack, so I had to smoke it. I'm like, no, you just get your fucking money back, dude. Like, let's say I went on a date with a nice lady. We have a nice date. We go back to my house. Things get heated up. We go in my bedroom. I'm getting ready to go down on her, and then she pulls out a dick, so I had to suck it. No, you just get your money back. Or suck the dick. I don't know. Do whatever you want. Blackout and suck. That's gonna be my first merch that I make. Team blackout and suck dick. Thank you guys for coming. This is wildly different from the improv show we had earlier. Keep it going for the improv show that was here earlier. That was amazing. So my full name is Hagen Chase Ragland, or as I was referred to by my entire 8th grade class, is Gagan Gay Fagland. 8th grade was a rough 3 years, guys. 8th grade was a rough 3 years. Yeah, I'm named after a basketball player, and this is what you get when you name your son after an athlete. You just get me. It's like, he's gonna be somebody. He's gonna be a star. No, you just get me. Like, the only thing I've ever sunk is my parents' expectations of me. I don't know anything about basketball except it's the reason why I have a potty mouth. Because there's a tactic that parents will do when the kids are children to keep them from learning curse words. They will spell out the word instead of saying it so they don't learn the curse word. But my parents are rednecks. And they did the opposite of this. My dad would be watching Kentucky basketball. They get called a foul. My dad would be like, Bo, that's some B-U-L-L shit right there, bro. That ref needs an S-U-C-K, my fucking dick. Yeah, so I got sent home a lot. My dad would come home all pissed. My mom would be like, well, I wonder where he learned that from. You S-U-M bitch! You some bitch! Yeah. School obviously never worked out for me, really, because I'm here doing this right now. Yeah, in 6th grade, my parents sent me to a Catholic school when we're not religious at all. And yeah, I don't know if you know anything about going to a religious school, but you gotta know a lot of fucking trivia to go to a religious school. There's like a whole book with like 3,000 pages in it. And I didn't know any of that. And I knew it wasn't gonna work out 2 weeks in school when they tried to tell me that dinosaurs weren't real. And I was just like, that's not true. And I said it out loud, and everyone was like, woo! Like we're in Harry Potter world, and I said Voldemort or some shit like that. And I was like, what? My dad took me to the museum. He showed me the dinosaur. I saw the dinosaur's bones. Have you ever seen Jesus' bones? And one kid was like, well, Hagen, Jesus is dead. And I was like, yeah? Well, so are the fucking dinosaurs! Well, Hagen, Jesus died for our sins. And I was like, so did the fucking dinosaurs! Have you ever heard of Pangea, motherfucker? They were here first! Yeah, then I got kicked the fuck out of that school. Where I became West Ashley High School's 2008 graduating class. Most likely to deliver pizzas for a living. And they were right, the prophecy came true. Yeah. I've been a lot of boys in my life. I've been a pizza boy. I've been a pull boy. I've been a fuck boy. Mainly the latter one. Yeah. Yeah, I worked at a pizza shop for years. One time this guy called. I pick up. I go, pizza shop, and he just goes, pepperoni, anchovies, black olives. And then he hung up on me. I had so many questions I wanted to ask this man. What does he want me to do with those 3 toppings? Does he want a salad? Does he want a pizza? Does he want a calzone? I just put them in a bag and put them in the walk-in. It's been like 8 years now. Pretty sure it's still in there. I think about that guy all the time, to be honest. I'm like, does he do this everywhere he goes? He goes to Walmart, and there's like a 70-year-old lady out front. She's like, welcome to Walmart. And he's like, Shrek 2 on DVD, fruit roll-ups, and toilet paper. And then he just fucks off back to the parking lot. She's like, yeah, we're Walmart. We have all those things. I'm old and fragile. Why are you yelling at me? I might die tomorrow. Speaking of old and fragile, my grandma is 100% Japanese. That is a true statement, which makes my mom half, which makes me the 4th Japanese. And I don't know, I'm very white, okay? I don't know if you can notice that yet. I'm very white, and I don't know if you know anything about being white and growing up with a Japanese grandma, but they're really fucking mean people, okay? They're really mean. It's not like a white grandma that like makes you cookies and she's like, oh, how are you doing? Like, let me pinch your cheek. Like, I go into my parents' house, she's like, hey, all your friends getting married, you single and lonely, you got no money. I'm like, God damn it, grandma, I just got here. It's fucking Monday, leave me alone. Yeah, and she's the biggest sneak disser in the world. But she gets away with it because she's just tiny and fragile. Like, I brought a woman over there recently, and I walk in, and I see in my grandma's eyes, I just know she's gonna mess with me off the rip. She goes, hey, Gon, is that your wife? I go, no, Grandma, you know I'm not married. This is not my wife. She goes, oh, is that your girlfriend, hey, Gon? Is that your girlfriend? I go, no, Grandma. This is not my girlfriend. She goes, oh, I know. She whore! I go, she whore! And I go, no, Grandma, she is not a whore. And she goes, no, she whore. Grandma, no. Grandma used to be whore, too. Yakuza days. She can convince me to do anything she wants because she's so cute. I go over there, she always tries to feed me. As soon as I get over there, she starts cooking food. Everything with rice, always. Like hamburger, rice. Ice cream, rice. Rice. The rice, baby, you know. I was over there. She made me 1 plate of food. She's like, you have to eat. I'm like, I'm not really hungry. She's like, hey, Don, eat. And then so I ate 1 plate of food, and she made another plate of food. She goes, hey, Don, you need to eat more. You need to eat more. I'm like, I'm not hungry, Grandma. I just ate. You need to eat. So then I ate the 2nd plate. She goes, you fat, hey, Don. You fat. You eat too much. Like, my grandma could convince me to suck a dick if she wanted to. Like, hey, Don, you need to suck this dick. Like, I don't suck it, Grandma. I'm not gay. You need to suck it. And then as soon as I put my mouth on it, she'd be like, you gay, hey, Don. You fat and you gay. I'm hanging around with guys. Thank you so much. Let's get Bill Davis back up here.
All right, that's 25% of Crazy Rich Asian. There we go. Very nice. I think 75% poor. All right, next guy he's coming to is just performed up in Colombia and in Atlanta, and I think right now he's stealing stuff from the bar. Ladies and gentlemen, you put money in the bag. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joseph Coker.
Guys, my comedy career is going so well, somebody just tried to buy a beer for me in the back. They're like, oh, you're the guy that's, all right, I'll buy a beer for me later, thank you, supportive lady. I'm happy to be here. How are you guys feeling? Yeah? Yeah, you look not happy to be here. You are so high right now. You don't know where you are. Not even weed high, you're wine high. That's a new one. He's like, damn, box wine, dog, that box wine. I can feel the comedy. No, that's cool. That's cool. I wasn't in Colombia. I don't know why Bill just assumed that. Anywhere fancy for Bill is Colombia. He's like, ooh, Colombia. No, I actually just came back from Atlanta. I evacuated, and it was awesome. I love evacuating. It's fun. Mostly so I don't have to be trapped in the house with my mom. That's the number one, because my mom never evacuates. She's just like, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm like, Mom, you park your car all the way to the front of a Hobby Lobby parking lot. What the fuck are you gonna do if a tree falls on your house? I've seen my mom panic when the Roku goes down, okay? What are you gonna do if a storm wrecks everything? But she just wouldn't do it, man. I don't know, couldn't force her. I went to the Claremont Lounge. Who's been there?
Yes.
Bill and this guy with a hat. Cool. Anybody else? You guys know what the Claremont Lounge is? Yeah. Claremont Lounge is basically a legendary strip club in Atlanta where no attractive, like traditionally attractive women strip. And I am all about that. Body positivity, it's great. And so they get like the biggest women they can find to strip in the strip club, which is great. And I was expecting to have my mind blown and just like big old lady titties jiggling on my face. And it was really kind of a buzzkill. Like it was, because they didn't dance. They just would like, one lady would come out behind the bar and she'd just kind of like, and then just take all her clothes off at one time. In one motion. I'm like, this looks like a magic trick. This looks like, I felt like I watched somebody get into the shower for 5 minutes. Just was not my cup of tea, but that's okay. We made it from North Charleston. You guys heard of North Charleston?
Yeah.
Yeah. You are so scared right now, aren't you? I can feel the fear. It's a small crowd, so you gotta look at me, right? You can't look away. I'm right here. It's a weird distance to be at. I feel it. I feel the weird. Don't worry. I will not make this show your problem. I will try so hard. I'm from North Charleston, and just to give you an example, my neighborhood is like a transitional neighborhood. Do you guys know what that means? That means if you leave your car unlocked, I'm going to transition into it and steal all your change. That's what that means. No, but in my neighborhood, this is a perfect example of my neighborhood. The other day, I was at a stoplight, and this guy pulled up in the right turning lane, and I looked over, and one of his windows was taped over with the Dora the Explorer child's blanket. That's not that weird, right? People's windows go out all the time, and no big deal. Now look closer. It was his driver's side window that was taped over with a blanket. Follow me, Savannah. He's in a right side turning lane. His driver's side window is taped over. I'm like, I have to know what happens next in this saga. And I swear to God this happened. He just lifts up the blanket like this and just drives on his way. And I was like, yes! Yes, North Charleston, that's what we do. We don't got windows. We don't even have custody right now, but we're making it work. Yes. I love it. Love my city. Love my mom. You guys love your mom? We're going to start the relatable train way far away. Who likes other people? What? I love my mom, and the other day she called me. She's like, Joseph, I am getting so good at these one-night stands. I was like, Mom, I don't want to be the one to tell you this over and over again, but it's called Airbnb. Stop calling it one-night stands. For fuck's sake. We're N.O. Charlie's, okay? No, but it's actually really funny. My mom's a sweet lady, but she's kind of naive. And one of her first guests ever, this is a true story, one of her first guests ever took a shit in her sleep number bed. Honest to God. And she called me and she was very upset, understandably. And she's like, oh my God, I don't know, I always do like a Dom DeLuise voice for my mom. Oh my God, Joseph, somebody took a shit in my sleep number bed. Have you ever been torn between your desire to support somebody you love and your desire to mock somebody that you love? I was like, Mom, I am so sorry. I will help you. I will help you get this right, but I just have to say that guy's sleep number was 2. Can we just agree? That's all. Yeah. We're building this show. We're building this show as we go. I can dig it. I can dig it. I think the whole MILF thing's really big still, yeah? Some relatable humor. These young studs over here. I ain't getting to what your culture is into. I'm too old. I can't relate. I'm just at the cusp where I'm just young enough for older women to think I'm a score. You know, I'm gonna age out of the system eventually, but for now, it's still cool for them. But the other day, I'm trying to do my research. So I was watching this like cougar porn. You know, you guys know this? You know, it's usually like, you know, like younger stud, older cougar, whatever. And I was watching it and it was kind of weird because the guy's like fucking her from behind. He's like, you liked it? You liked it? You liked it? You liked it? He wasn't laughing. This is me. You liked it? And it was so weird because the cougar just turned around and went, just ran into the woods, guys. That's so unprofessional. I was this close. Come on. I hooked up with an older woman for real, though, in real life. And it was weird because she's way more successful than me, which was cool. And not that I'm not that successful, but like that's just kind of an interesting experience. She flew me to like a different city to pretty much hang out with me and also have sex with me, which was cool. I love that. I think it's kind of neat to be on the other end of a power dynamic. You can learn as a person from it. And we've known each other for a long time. We've trusted each other. And afterwards, she's like, you know, I think even though we just had sex, maybe we should have worn a condom. And I was like, whatever your choices are, whatever my choice, like whatever, let's talk about it. Then I was like, but why? And she said, well, I don't want to get pregnant. I was like, okay. Let me level with you. I'm 34 years old, okay? I'm not a spring chicken. But you are 50 years old. If you have a baby, if you get pregnant, the sonogram, it's not gonna look like a baby, it's gonna look like a tiny little Monopoly piece. The top hat, the shoe, the dog, you're gonna have a Baltic Avenue baby, is what I'm saying. Like if you get pregnant at 50, you don't gotta worry about me raising it. You gotta worry about Guinness Book of World Records blowing our shit up, okay? Math isn't on your side. No one like that, that's cool. All right, let's keep going. I can take it in stride, it's fine. You didn't have to be there, I was there. I'm seeing some shit. I teach kids for a living. That's a true story. That is a true thing that happens to me. I love it. I have a weird job. I teach kids jujitsu. You guys know jujitsu? I love it. Kids make me happy. Until one of them says something weird and then I get uncomfortable. And the other day I was teaching this class. And I do this thing where if a kid is being kind of a brat, I like to tease them in a fun way to kind of break them out of their pattern. You know, like I'm a little jujitsu Dr. Phil. And there's this boy named Ian. And first off, I love Ian because he can't say jujitsu. He says bajitsu. Never correcting that. I love that. Just like, Donovan doesn't go to bajitsu anymore, Mr. Joseph. I'm like, you're right, Donovan quit bajitsu, man. This isn't for quitters, this sport. Bajitsu is very difficult. But Ian was being a baby, his belt fell off and he fell on the ground, he was just crying. And so I did this thing where I reached down and I scooped him up in my arms. I was like, oh my God, guys, who left this giant baby in the jiu-jitsu class? Who's got a bottle for the baby? And he laughed and all the kids laughed and everybody had a good time. We went right back to training. And one of the kids flagged me down, like kind of like a person wants you to sing happy birthday when you're a server and you're like, ah. She flags me down, and then I was like, what? And then she just leans in close to me, and she goes, make me the baby next. What? Make me the baby next. I don't even have a punchline. I just wanted to share that. It was so weird. It happened to me. I was like, I hate my job now. I hate my job. Kids are weird. My niece is 6 years old, and the other day she threatened to kill a kid in school. Is that a normal milestone? What do you guys think? What do you think, Shorts? What do you think? I had to narrow it down. Everyone in here is wearing shorts except for me. I came here looking like white Scientologist Drake. I'm sorry. I'm not here to pick on you. Starting from the bottom, now we go and clear. That's what I look like. I got it. What do you think? Did you ever threaten to kill anybody when you were a kid? Not that you remember? Were you drunk as a kid, though? It could have been, yeah. That's probably that, yeah. My niece threatened to kill a kid, and my sister is such a good person that she wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt, and she was like, it's like, Summer, when you said you wanted to kill that kid, you didn't really mean it, right? And my niece, just being a little psycho and trying to clarify, is like, no, I meant like with a sword. Like with a sword, I'm gonna kill her with a sword. It's like, God, you grow up so fast. Oh man, I do stand up with Hagen and Bill a lot, and we do a lot of weird gigs. That's kind of the nature of stand up. And then I'll never forget the weirdest gig I did last year is I got called up by this comic from the upstate, and he said, "Hey, do you want to do stand up at a motorcycle gang's clubhouse?" And I was like, "I absolutely do." 2 days before the show, he calls me up and he's like, "One thing I forgot to mention, this is a Rebel Flag motorcycle clubhouse. Do you still want to do it?" And I was like, "I double absolutely do." So I want to see what happens when H&M rack sale walks into fucking Rebel Flag Club and just see what happens. And it was like a challenge for me as a comedian. I was like, I'm going to go in there, I'm not going to change one fucking thing, I'm going to say exactly what I would say anywhere else and just see how they deal with it. And then the cherry on top is I have to do one joke about the Rebel Flag and just see what happens. You know, if you get killed doing comedy, that's a great story, right? I think it'd be a good story. Anyway, so I go there, I'm doing the show, and they were a pretty good crowd for a bunch of racists. I have to say, they were a laughing and loving audience for people that don't love other people. They were very supportive. And then at the end of the show, I was like, "Hey guys, about to get out of here. I just want to say, I'm thinking about getting a tattoo." And they're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Actually, think about getting a Rebel Flag tattoo." And they thought they swung me a little bit. They're like, "Fuck yeah." I was like, "But here's the thing, I want to get it above my ass." And then everybody went quiet. Because even hillbillies have a sense of danger, right? That's why there's so many little hillbillies in the world. And I was like, "Yeah, I want to get a Rebel Flag right above my ass. That way my boyfriend will have a moral dilemma." I just did this till everybody left. And then one old guy in the back was like, "All right," and I just got the fuck out of there. No, I'm a hero, is what I'm saying. I'm a hero. I'm a hero. And I wrote an article about it for the city paper, and then all the secessionist party people try to come for me. They're like, "You're a bigot because you thought we were bigots." I'm like, "Isn't bigotry like your whole thing?" Like, I don't go to an atheist convention and get surprised when they don't believe in Jesus, right? It was so weird. And there's one guy tried to come for me on Facebook, and I'm so proud of this because he wrote under the article, he's like, "TLDR, do you guys know that? Too long didn't read." He's like, "Too long didn't read, yada, yada, yada." And I looked up on his Facebook page to see more shit about him, and I just commented underneath, I was like, "You went as Kid Rock for Halloween. Your whole life is too long didn't read." I win the internet. I win that. Yeah, this feels like a mediocre set, but I'm alright. I'm alright with this. I've been drinking for 2 days. I can't be hurt. I feel no pain. I find that I watch porn based on how confident I feel. Anybody relate to this? Thank you, sir. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, like if I'm feeling good about myself as a man, I want to see like the biggest, blackest, ropiest dick slapping bitches in the face, like nunchuck cock, just hitting people like a kung fu scene where everybody's getting in a fight. Just the kitchen staff, just everybody's getting it. But when I'm feeling bad about myself, like maybe it's later at night, I want to. Vulnerable art form. I want to see like a little dick white dude trick girls into sex. I know I'm in a bad mood because I'm rooting against her on the casting couch. I'm like, yeah, my life is filled with compromise too. Thank you.
You hate women.
Pour a beer on you.
I was there when that beer got poured on Hagen. It was awesome. It was a beautiful moment. I thought it was like a joke he was doing. It was not. It was not part of the joke. I'm 34. I used to be married. I used to be very religious. Anybody else grow up in the church? Any church people here? Anybody raised in the church? You fucking nerds. You're all lying. Don't act like you're too cool for your youth group pass. I see right through you. You look so friendly. That's why. I just guessed. I have to know. Pink shorts guy. What did you grow up in? What was your background? Chicago? Okay, so maybe not you. What about... What did you say?
Catholic school kids, right?
Ooh, let's not go there. Girls that wandered into the wrong show. What did you guys... They're like, when is the Misfits gonna play? This fucking sucks. You're with all them? Yeah. Well, I can tell you're not with them because you're not wearing shorts. That's why. All right, well, not pastels. Okay, whatever. How were you raised? What was your background? You go to church or what?
She was Catholic and Methodist.
Really?
Yeah.
And you still found each other. That's beautiful. Give it up for that, guys. It's love. Love. Cross the division. Which one of you is going to hell, though? I can't tell. Methodist. You still love Jesus? I think I love Jesus. I'm just not in love with Jesus. You know what I'm saying? He was there for me in some hard times. Then he just, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. I was raised religious. It got too intense. Yeah, just like anybody who wants me to sing songs about him once a week, I'm like, man, come on. Come on. Every time I hear, this sounds terrible, it's not even funny, but it is funny to me, so I'm going to say it. Anytime I hear like church Christian radio, do you guys have like, a lot of Christian radio in Savannah? Is that a thing? Every time I hear what, Hagen? Yeah. I just feel like I'm watching somebody sing to like a baby on their 2-year birthday. It's like, you are so good, you're doing great, lots of good things are gonna happen because of you. Amen, right? Make me the baby. That's what I'm saying, guys. I want you to hear me clearly. Make me the baby. Oh, man. Believe it or not, I ended up hooking up with a lot of younger women. Yeah, because, women make mistakes too, guys. That's you know. I think women look at me like a vintage couch. So, like, I bet this thing has some memories. I know, it's just broken. It smells like cigarettes. I don't know. I think I hook up with younger women because of 2 main things going for me. 1, I'm nice. 2, I have a working phone charger. That's my 2 best features. But I love it because I'll end up with girls that they want to like blow my mind sexually, and I appreciate that because I appreciate showmanship in all areas of life. The other day, this girl's like, tonight, I want to do whatever you want to do. Let's not get into what I want to do. Okay, like, first off, you can't become a couch that I can fall asleep watching Sopranos on. Can you? Is that your repertoire? But this girl kept pushing me. She's like, no, I want to give you whatever you want. And I was like, there's no way you can. You know why? There's no way you can get your pussy to make my dad say he loves me. Can't do it. Can you do it? I'm buying it, you're selling it. I don't know. It's a sad joke. I lived in Denmark for 5 years, and then I moved back to Charleston, and I was 27, and I was very ignorant of technology. I was just like, this is a little different over there, and I signed up for OkCupid, and this girl that was like 20 hit me up, and she's like, hey, I know there's an age gap, but I just thought you kind of seem interesting and see if you want to go out. And it was a bad choice. I shouldn't have done it. Have you ever been on a date with a girl that's so young acting, you just feel like at the end of the date, you should let her choose one toy out of the treasure box? In my defense, she was on green the whole time, so ring pop. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's get out of here. Bill, I've been up here for 6 years. When are you gonna light me? Bill, is your phone dead? What the fuck, man? Do flip phones have flashlights on them, Bill? What's... Thank you, Hagen. How long? Seriously, what time?
You got 7 minutes. No,
Shit.
You got whatever.
I'm gonna think. Don't worry, I gotta not blow this perfect score right. I got. Yeah. I got asked. Oh yeah. All right. I'll end on this. This is a loud joke. You'll appreciate it. I have an old neighbor, and I don't think he's a racist, but he does have a lot of white laundry. So I don't know where that shakes out to. But the thing about this guy that's so weird is every morning he has these 3 super old ass dogs, and he lets them run outside in my yard at 7 in the morning, and all the dogs get in a fight every single morning, and he has to yell at them to get them to stop fighting at 7 in the morning. And you know, someone's got an old dog. When the dog looks like a vacuum cleaner bag that's gonna die in my yard. That's well, one of his dogs is, and one of his dogs' name is Snickers. Perfectly named, perfectly good name for a dog. Except for when you scream it in my neighborhood in North Charleston, it sounds awful. Just laying in bed, I hear him go, Snickers! Snickers! Get out of my yard, Snickers! Snickers! And I pulled him aside. I was like, John, that's very offensive sounding. You can't say that. What you should say is Snickers. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We got this week. Thank you.
I was gonna let Joseph go until he got a good laugh. We're getting right back in the car together. Everybody, thank you so very much for coming out and supporting Frenchport Improv. Let's give them a round of applause. Everybody else. We can do this without you, but it's really weird. Look, please come back. You guys got classes and shows throughout the week. We'll be back next month, and different comics. Bring friends, bring enemies. If you've had too much to drink, please let us call someone who'll take you home, like my wife. But if you insist on drinking, driving, killing, please tell the cops you're drinking at the vault. See you on the line.